So this morning, Apollo is getting a massage, and it's something called the Bowen technique. So I've done a little bit of research, not a whole lot, and it's all about muscle and the fascia, ligaments, tendons, stuff like that. So you've got to keep in mind, everything's connected. The skin is the body's biggest organ, and that, when they say everything's connected, is because it literally is. So working on the skin and everything that's just below it is sometimes as beneficial, if not more beneficial, than just focusing on clicks and cracks and stuff like that of a chiropractor. Don't get us wrong, chiropractors sometimes are very, very essential, but sometimes it's not the treatment that that animal needs. And because Apollo isn't showing any issues like that, we definitely think it's muscle related. So let's watch a little bit. A little research as much as I can, and everything I found, it's more about like rolling over the muscle.
Yeah, so it works on muscles, tendons and ligaments and the fascia around the body, the web of fascia. So really it's just small moves working across muscles, tendons and ligaments at various points around the body.
Right. This is the lovely Angela Delafield, and this is what she specialises in. She did have to train on humans first, like anybody who has to work, chiropractor, massage, things like that, before she could then move on to animals. She does a little bit of dogs as well. She watched Apollo walk up and down first, just to see if there was anything obvious, and his back end, one of his legs, his strides was a little bit short.
A deep cranial and just check. There's been nothing. I've found anything around by his shoulders. The only place I've found is his glutes that were tight.
Yeah.
Oh,
a nice big
that's
sigh.
what we like. That's a good relief.
When a horse is happy and enjoying something and processing something, it licks and chews with its mouth. If it's not happy, it fidgets, it moves away, it pulls away, it tries to avoid the pain. Now you'll see here, Apollo gets a little bit fidgety. It's uncomfortable, but he bared with it. Angela went back to that area several times, just going from that side to the other side, that side to the other side, just giving him a chance to process what had happened on one hip and then doing the same on the other. And by the time she'd finished, he was very, very relaxed with it. She checked his whole body from top to bottom, having a feel to see if there was anything he would react to. And the only thing was that back end. But she still done his whole body just in case. And of course Apollo had to be filthy of all the days that he was getting done. When we came down this morning, he'd obviously been rolling through the night, and he was a hacky mess, but bless Angela was like, it's fine, it's all right, I'm used to it. But getting through all that hair, that was tough. But here you can see how she goes over the entire body. She feels the start and end of every muscle, every bit of connective tissue that her fingers can get to, seeing if there's any reaction, anything that feels a little bit tight or knotty, the same as our backs, for example, when we have a massage. She's feeling for anything and watching his reaction. And as she goes back down towards that hip, you'll soon see Apollo gets uncomfortable again. And Angela just takes her time, lets him focus, lets him process, figure out what he needs to do with himself, where he wants to put himself. Sometimes it's just a case of if that muscle's tight and she's hit the right spot, they've got to move just to release that muscle, just to let it ease right off. And there you could see him licking and chewing, which meant he was processing it, he was happy, he was no longer moving and pulling away from her. Once she had done both sides, she watched Apollo walk up and down again, and his stride was so much better. We then went into the field and had him trot up and down as well, and he was placing lovely. And after that, she went over him once more, just to make sure. I went back to that back end where he was a little bit tight and hitchy, just to make sure everything was undone after he'd had that stretch and walk around. She very kindly commented about how placid and nice-natured Apollo was. Twice he kind of pulled her in for a cuddle, whether she wanted it or not, but she enjoyed his company. But one thing she did love was the Goaty girls, of course. So guess who had a session?
I want her head to... There, she's coming. I think we found the spot. Oh, bless her. Are you enjoying that treatment?
Now,
Yeah.
it's odd that Kiwi's come over.
She'll sense the energy when they want it, when they need it, you know.
When we first got them, we found out Apollo doesn't share food with goats. Or he didn't. And he stomped on her. On her neck. Absolutely pommeled her face into the concrete.
Well, she's put her shoulder to me. She doesn't want me at her bum or anywhere. This is where she wants me. Is that lovely? Have I just hit the spot for you, darling? Hey, I'll just work down that. Yeah?
So was it £10 for a goat?
Goat's free, just for the cuddle comfort. Cuddle factor.
Oh, is that good, little Kiwi?
Hey? Is that lovely? Right in that shoulder.
I did sneakily play Angela for Kiwi's little treatment. And when she next comes, I will get her to do the goats again, as Kiwi especially loved it.
In the zone.
Isn't that amazing?
Absolutely. You are lush.
Here I have added 3 screenshots. Feel free to go back, pause, have a read. It's just off Google what it says about Bowen Therapy. Then let us know your thoughts overall.